beautiful day for the beautiful game Sunday afternoon at WakeMed Soccer Park, Sahlen Stadium, and we bring you USL League One action as North Carolina FC hosting North Texas SC. Both teams out there, players ready to go on an absolutely splendid Sunday afternoon. And hello, everybody. Alongside the former captain of North Carolina FC, Austin Deluse, I'm Dean Linke, and it's another opportunity for some young players to show their mettle and maybe show what they could do now and next year.
Yeah, I think that's what it's all about here for the rest of this season for North Carolina FC, is just getting these young players more experience, getting them confidence, and seeing who deserves to be here next year, I think, frankly.
Austin, when you start to break down Nick Holiday, in my opinion, he could be 15 or he could be 55. He's flat out good.
Yeah, he's absolutely looked the part. Every minute that he's been on the field for NCFC this year, he looks every bit the professional that he now is. So really excited to see him out here again today, another chance to show what he's all about.
Fifth start of the season, and he's always in the running for USL League One Save of the Week. Super acrobatic. When you switch over to North Texas SC, though, Khalil El-Medkar coming off a Team of the Week performance.
Yeah, another young player, very exciting. The former Kentucky Wildcat. He coming off a goal and an assist, and with young players, you know, confidence and momentum are so important. So we'll see if he can keep that rolling here today.
One guy that will have to keep an eye on El-Medkar is another one of those academy players, Britton Fisher, getting another start in the back line. When we return, we'll have the lineups and the kickoff. USL League One action between North Carolina FC and North Texas SC.
Continental Tire has been a proud supporter of soccer for more than a decade. We've been there both on and off the field for some of the greatest celebrations. We've watched with you as the game and personalities have gotten bigger. We are proud to continue standing alongside you, supporting the game that gives us all so much. Together, we've shared thousands of incredible goals and celebrations. Here's to many more to come.
At Strategic Systems, we understand that a reliable IT infrastructure doesn't just materialize by itself. We've been helping Triangle businesses of all sizes build and manage secure, reliable technology solutions for over 25 years. Strategic Systems and CEI. Are you transforming your business?
So, how do you like your urgent care? At WakeMed, we have urgent care just about everywhere. Urgent care that specializes in orthopedics and kids. MyCare 365, open every day of the year. Even virtual urgent care. Yup, urgent care in your jammies, on your tablet. So download the WakeMed All Access app and get urgent care that's caring, convenient, and just the way you like it.
Selling your home often comes at a cost. Many realtors charge commissions of 6%, which seriously cuts into your profits. But with Daymark Realty, part of Coastal Credit Union, you can sell for an unbelievably low commission rate of 4.5%. Plus, professional staging and photography are included. Find out how Daymark and Coastal have saved members millions in fees and offer a better way to bank.
Welcome back here to WakeMed Soccer Park, Sahlen Stadium, as the select soccer ball makes its way out. Both teams ready to go. North Carolina FC, North Texas SC. Alongside Austin Deluse, I'm Dean Linke. Austin, let's go to work and show the starting lineups. First for John Bradford and the home team, North Carolina FC, with a 4-1-4-1.
Yeah, some familiar faces here on the back line. We've got Nelson Flores and Max Flick at the outside back spots. In the middle of that defensive line, Shemaine Martina back in there, providing some experience. Britton Fisher, the other center back, a young academy player. Nelson Martinez holding it down in that sixth spot in the middle of midfield. And then this front five, you're going to see a lot of interchange between Josh Cohen, Arriaga, Dan Steedman, Cole Frame, with Oziel Jackson occupying that center forward spot. But like I said, you're going to see a lot of switching between those front five players.
Meanwhile, Eric Quill, the top man for North Texas SC, with that direct pipeline to FC Dallas. This is their expected starting lineup.
Yeah, they're in a sort of 4-3-3 formation. We'll see how true to that they are as they come out here today. But we got Waldeck, Gomez, De Silva, Teodoro, and Smith across that back four. Ferry, Almaguer, and Hernandez are those middle three, and then up top we talked about El Medcar. He's going to be dangerous in that wing spot with Vargas and Ferreira joining him in the attack.
This North Texas SC team coming off a big tie against Omaha, but they've gone quite some time without getting a win, and yet they're still very much in the playoff hunt. Mathematically, so is North Carolina FC, but they pretty much need 3 points in all of the remaining games. They've got 3 more games at home after this one, so that's certainly exciting for local fans to maybe try to find a time to get out here and check out the team. North Carolina FC wearing blue from head to toe. And our visitors from North Texas SC, they'll be in white, red, and white. And here we go. Wonderful opportunity to see this team on a Sunday afternoon. Normally it's a Saturday night, but a 2 o'clock game right in the middle of the day, and there is not a cloud in the sky. I mean, Carolina blue all the way home here.
Go with the Carolina blue reference right off the bat there. It is a beautiful day, though. It's definitely a little nicer than the 100% humidity, 95-degree heat we've seen so much this summer.
Players stand together in support of diversity, inclusivity, and compassion. For more information on the USL's commitment to change through the United Against Racism campaign, please visit uslsoccer.com. Thank you.
United Against Racism, they kneel as we continue the fight against racism and all about equality and love. Lovely to be with all of you today, and we are underway here. North Carolina FC and North Texas SC. Martina, who has been out of the lineup for quite some time, he has been bothered by injuries. He has tremendous pedigree. His resume is impressive, but he just has not been able to stay healthy. We'll see what he can do in connection with this youngster Fisher, which also means that Flick, who his more natural position, according to John Bradford, is outside back, gets an opportunity to go back to the outside back. And the only thing I want to add to that, Austin DeLuz, is it also means Martinez, who I think has been very good at midfield. Yes, they're going to miss Nazmi Abadawi. They're going to miss him, and they're going to miss him some more. But Martinez is at home in the midfield. Yeah,
everybody's sort of shuffling into the positions that they're most comfortable in, with Flick at that outside back spot and Martinez in that holding midfield spot. We've seen what Martinez is capable of, both defensively and offensively, with the wonder strike he had a few weeks back.
Lucas De Silva's pass taken away. At the moment, it does look like there's 4 in the back for North Texas SC, which is, we were told, a 4-3-3, and looks pretty much like a 4-3-3, courtesy of Mr. USL League One, the great Brian Ware. Here's Flores, who's been an automatic, and a bouncer there, as getting a piece of it. Arriaga is back healthy again, and Luis Arriaga almost made it 1-0, deflected away. It'll be a corner kick North Carolina FC.
Yeah, good early ball there from Nelson Flores, and it just falls to Arriaga at the top of the box. He connected really well with that, but the North Texas SC back line comes up with a big block.
Corner kick here now for North Carolina FC. Josh Cohen will take it. Cole Frame comes over, possible short. Nope, they'll deliver it in. Wow, dangerous, and Fisher was lurking over on that far side. Punched away by the goalkeeper, Richard Sanchez, wearing number 40. And we talked about it before we came on the air. When you think about MLS programs that have done the job right, bringing up academy players, selling academy players, trading academy, developing them, the whole thing, FC Dallas, one of the best.
They are, yeah, and I think, you know, maybe too good at it in the sense that they, you know, haven't been able to hold on to some of those uber talented players like Weston McKinney, Chris Richards, Reggie Cannon. You know, I think those are all guys that came up through this academy and have gone on to play for some of the world's biggest clubs.
Martina a little bit too casual and probably deserves a yellow card because he had a tackle early, then a jersey pull. Looks like maybe he'll get an initial warning, but if there was ever a guy who could get an early yellow, there was multiple jersey pulls, and yeah, he deserved a yellow, and he's going to get a yellow. You saw it, Austin. He pulled the jersey, then the tackle, then an extra jersey pull.
Yeah, it's no getting away with that one. Pretty obvious right in front of the linesman there.
I do feel like they got a generous spot here. I mean, oh, there they go. They're going to move it back a little bit. I mean, they had it right on top of the edge of the 18, and certainly the foul was not that close. I still think it's a pretty generous spot, to be fair.
NCFC yellow card in the 3rd minute of play, number 21.
Not ideal to get the yellow card there in the first few minutes as a center back, especially one who's been out of the lineup for a while, trying to work his way back in, get comfortable.
Vargas 31, Ferry 8 over the ball. Vargas looks extremely interested, but so does Ferry. I mean, he may step over this. We could see the left foot of Ferry. We'll see. Vargas is definitely directing traffic. And it's going to be Ferry with the left foot. Oh, wow, that was headed off of North Carolina FC and almost went in. I think it might have been off the head of Arriaga. I think that hit the crossbar off his head, did it not?
It did, yeah. I think it looked like Nelson Martinez there stepping in front, got a piece of it, and nothing Nick Holiday could do but watch it.
Okay, so it was Martinez, not Arriaga, but nonetheless, it was almost an own goal. North Carolina FC got off to the great start. Dangerous opportunity. Arriaga was there, led to a corner kick, but within seconds, North Texas had a corner kick of their own and almost made it 1-0. Sanchez way outside of the 18. That's something perhaps as you consider the win right now that it's against the wind, but if Sanchez is going to play that deep, we're seeing more and more long distance goals this year at every level. I mean, it seems like every day I turn on, you know, the Twitter or whatever, and you'll see those incredible goals, Austin.
Yeah, definitely. We've seen, you know, Robbie Cristo earlier in the season with the half-field strike, and mentioned Nelson Martinez's cannon from 25, 30 or so a few weeks ago.
Would you say the Twitter or whatever is a pretty good analysis of social media out there? Was that pretty solid?
Yeah, it's perfect. How do you do, fellow kids?
Martina over to Fisher. Here's Steedman, who was picked up a couple weeks ago and has been solid. Steedman's name came up as a tackle right there by Flores, and is he going to get a card too?
I think this one is more likely to just be a little warning.
So Steedman's name came up. Joey Skinner was named the ECNL National Player of the Year. He's a freshman that is starting for Chris Rich at UNC Greensboro. I don't know if you saw, but they beat Clemson 3-1, and as part of this week's ECNL Breaking the Line, the ECNL podcast will be released on Wednesday. I talked to him, and he grew up playing with Steedman. Apparently his dad, like, is a big-time coach and a guy who brings together some of the top players, so it's kind of interesting to have that tie brought up. It was also interesting to hear about the ECNL Player of the Year committing to UNC Greensboro, and Chris Rich has them going on. I mean, that's a huge win against Clemson.
Yeah, big win. Clemson, one of the best teams in the country for the last couple of years. And the UNCG program that is no stranger to success, I think, you know, historically, but Chris Rich has done a great job over there since coming over from UNC.
A little bit offside. The ECNL Female Player of the Year, Lauren Albert, plays for Nate Norman and Notre Dame, which is also off to an amazing start. I think they're like 8-1-1, very similar to your dad's Wake Forest Demon Deacons.
Yep.
Good to see Nate Norman have success. Nate Norman has been very open about dealing with anxiety issues and that type of thing, talking about it, putting it out front, which you got to admire, as that one will roll out of bounds.
Yeah, a little heavy there from Oziel Jackson. Picked up the ball in a good spot. Just a little bit too much on it for Cole Frame to catch up to.
Eight minutes into the game. Fisher will bring it back to Martina, who's got that yellow card. Flores. You know what you're going to get in number 6. Jackson's going to have his handful there with Lucas Da Silva, who is a giant at 78. In fact, both those center backs are really, really big back there, as certainly Gomez is no tiny tot either. Flores going to bring it all the way back to Holiday, who will get just a little bit of pressure. He's calm. Martinez, and a hard sliding tackle, so Fisher's going to have to run it down. He'll send it long and out of bounds. Chattanooga at 10-10-3, sitting at first with 40 points. Omaha at 10-8-3 at 38. We'll have more at this at halftime, of course. But Tucson and Greenville at 3-4, 33 and 32. New England 2 at 31. Tormento at 29. Why do I mention that? Well, if it ended right now, those would be the teams that make the playoffs. But one of those teams that is chasing the lot is, of course, North Texas. They're at 27. So you think about 29 being at 6th place. Austin Deleuze with that great Wake Forest degree, you get what a win would mean right here.
Probably couldn't run the numbers on that. My degree was in English, unfortunately, but yeah, it's just so tight. You know, we talk about it every week. Just the parity in this league, you're never really out of it.
Even North Carolina FC sitting at 19. When you start to break down what they have left, is they've got 3 home and 3 away after this one. So you pick up those 6 games, 18, 18, 19, 37, and you never know. But it's going to take probably wins in every single game. This one's sent, deflected, and Holiday is going to let it roll out of bounds over by a few of our good friends from the Oak City supporters. Looking for a few more dogs. I saw the dogs outside before the game, as it's dog day here where you can bring your dog to the game.
Bark at the park.
Yeah. It's going to be a corner kick.
No puppy bowl at halftime, though, you think?
Well, that would be fun. I would watch that. North Texas coming in here on quite a long sort of streak where they've not been able to get a win. They did have that tie. This is far post trouble, and one of the things you do like about Holiday is he's so quick to get from one post to the other, and at least got in the way, but he's lucky that that shot was not on frame.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think it's a small thing there, and you know, it's we'll see the replay here, but he does get across the frame of goal so quickly that I think at the last second here, you know, Ferreira there changes his mind and tries to go over the top of Holiday because he got across so quickly.
Flick, nice Sunday stroll up the right side. He's got frame in support. So Flick taking advantage of an opportunity to move forward. Now he's going to head back to his right back spot. So Fisher. What a final game it was for the legendary Nazmi Abadawi, going out on his terms with not 1 but 2 goals. Kept in bounds by North Texas. Little tackle there from Martina, extra tackle from Martinez, clean. Won by Cohen. Cohen looking for Azeel Jackson, who has brought a lot of life on loan from Minnesota. Cohen from behind. Cohen tries to stay with it, and Cohen whistled for the foul, as earning the whistle right there was Freddie Vargas. Vargas also scored a goal in that 2-2 tie against Omaha, and because of the work from Khalil Elmedkar, 1 goal and 1 assist, he made the USL Team of the Week. We'll show you that entire team at halftime as well. And the referee with more one-on-one discussions. Austin, I'm not trying to get you in trouble here, but early on in a game, as this one will go on the right side, let's see what North Texas can do. I'll hold that limited thought. North Texas, little give and go. Sent back across, hit a little bit too hard, and somehow kept in bounds. Oh, North Carolina FC perhaps not taking advantage of what would be a good transition. But when you're in a game and the referee is throwing out cards and doing a lot of discussions early on, what is your message to the referee as the captain? Looked like offside, but they'll say on. And this is Flick here. Do you appreciate that, or you're like, look, come on, let's just keep playing here?
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's hard in terms of the message to the referee. I'm not sure how much of a response you're going to get there. So the message is probably better sent to your team, you know, and saying,
here's a great save by Holiday. Holiday ready for it, will parry it away. As cranking it right there was Vargas, and what a save from the acrobatic and 15-year-old Nick Holiday.
Yeah, another save. We've seen a lot of this from him in the games that he's played so far this season, laying out And that one, I think, ultimately is pretty comfortable for him. But you can just see his presence, his confidence.
Another opportunity here for North Texas, looking for far post that time, and they'll say off of North Carolina FC. Making that far post run was Lucas De Silva, the center back, who is, as we mentioned earlier, got great size and will be dangerous on corners.
Yeah, I was finish my thought there is, you know, in terms of the referee, you can try to work him a little bit. Not sure how much success you're going to have, so you're better off telling your team, you know, you can see how this guy's calling the game so far. Let's react accordingly.
Well said. Over the ball is Vargas. Vargas, clearly a planned play. He's going to get it back here. Martinez doing the work defensively, and he was hoping to get it back. He won't. It'll be yet another corner kick for North Texas SC. We're in the 15th minute. Knocked away again by Martinez. Sent right back in by Almaguer. Let's see if Jackson can run this one down. Jackson trying to stay with it, but it's taken care of by Waldeck, who plays the outside back over on the left side for North Texas, and they switch it on the right side, but Vargas is off. It'll come back to North Carolina FC. Since 1947, Select has been the leader in soccer ball quality and innovation. Select is the official ball supplier of USL League One and many of the elite leagues throughout Europe. For the latest Select products and special offers, please visit SelectSportAmerica.com. Steedman will switch the Select ball over to the right side, finding Flick. Good idea to try to find Jackson, who's making a good run. I've been impressed with the engine of Jackson. As he stays busy, he tries to get himself in the right spots, and he also comes back and offers some defensive support.
Yeah, I think you used the right word there, busy. He's just always moving, very dynamic. I think obviously with anybody in an attacking position, the end product is the most important thing, so I'm sure they would love to see some goals, some assists from him, but you know, his work rate is there. You can see his technical ability as well whenever he gets on the ball.
So reminding you, it's Chattanooga at the top with 40, then Omaha, then Tucson's got 33, Greenville 32, New England 31, Tormento's got 29, Madison 29, but they trail in the tiebreaker. Then Richmond, who still feels like they're in it. This one played far wide right and out of bounds. It'll be a goal kick back. And then behind them, Fort Lauderdale at 27, North Texas at 27, Toronto 2 at 26, and then NCFC at 19 with those 5 wins. You think about North Carolina FC, North Texas only has one more win than North Carolina FC.
Yeah, scrapes a few more draws that obviously have helped.
This is trouble, big trouble. Lucky that the ball kind of got away. The surface impeccable. Oh my, and that went off the crossbar as well.
What a save.
Yeah. You could see the trouble brewing, couldn't you?
Yep. I don't know how much Nick Holliday knew about that one, but unbelievable point-blank save there.
Yeah, we're going to have to take another look at that as Holliday keeping this one at zeros.
This is a great ball from El Medcar to pick out. I believe that was Dominic Hernandez.
Went off the crossbar. Did Holliday even touch it?
I thought he got a piece initially. Might have to see that one again.
Yeah. I almost feel like he was behind the defender, Fisher, but maybe he. You think he got a piece?
I thought he did in the moment, but I don't know. I'm just trying to give him too much credit at this point.
No, I mean, he deserves credit. The young man is going to be a big-time talent and a great investment for Steve Malik and Kirk Johnson and the team here, as well as you think about Gary Butte, the CEO for NCFC Youth, tying in with John Bradford. They certainly have a plan for these talented academy players. Take a look at it one more time as it comes across.
Does it come off his head? I thought I saw the ball change angle there.
Yeah, it's hard to tell.
We'll have to ask him after the game.
That actually did go off Cohen. That's a good call by the assistant referees. Good work by Smith. You've heard me say that I have been unabashed about my praise for Cohen after what I thought was a rough start to his season. I feel like he's been one of the better players wearing the dark blue for North Carolina FC.
I agree. Yeah, I think, and you know, when you make a transition to a new team, it takes a little while to settle in. So to some extent, I think a slow start can be expected. But he has looked very confident for the better part of this season.
And it hasn't just been out wide. I mean, he's been extremely confident in the middle of the park, too.
Definitely, yeah. I think, and they're going to need it now more than ever, right? Losing Nazmi Al-Badawi. I think everybody has to pick up their game a little bit to fill that void. I think Cohen's a guy they're definitely going to look to for some of that offensive creativity that Nazmi Al-Badawi brought.
Always good to be alongside Austin DeLuz. Dean Linke with you here, WakeMed Soccer Park, Salem Stadium. The pitch is perfect, the weather is perfect. A perfect day for some USL League One action. And North Texas continues to be dangerous here in the first half, just 20 minutes in. That's good work by Martinez to come back and do the work. As Martinez is playing that holding mid, so they're going to need him when possible to come back and, or was that Flores who did that? I think it was Martinez, wasn't it?
One of the Nelsons.
Yeah. Jackson's got Cohen. He's got Arriaga. He's going to go with Cohen instead. So now they need to see some blue jerseys. A lot of white jerseys into the 18. Cohen going to dance with it. Cohen. This is part of that confidence we're talking about. This has been a familiar play here. They'll give it to Flick. And Flick tries to hit it with his left. Doesn't get a whole lot on it. And now the counter could be on. Fisher steps forward. Meanwhile, while Martina may have gotten away with one as he took down Vargas, or maybe Vargas just went down on a little tap. Frame, that's a great burst of energy for Frame, but has it ripped anyway. Wow, solid 1v1 defending on the far side over there by Waldeck. Wow. Oof is right.
Nelson Martinez again popping up, doing it on both sides of the ball. He wins this one in transition and immediately lets loose on that one. We'll see here again. North Texas trying to play out. Nelson Martinez steps in, wins it, and we know he's capable of it.
Well read by Martinez. Little touch back over. Steedman, oh, just too far in front of Cohen. A good idea by Steedman to want to get rid of it quickly and see if they can't then maybe get a ball served in at the top of the 6, but it was too quick for Cohen to get to. And just like that, North Texas going the other way. We've gone 22 minutes already. We do have the yellow card for Martina. We have several corners for North Texas, one early for North Carolina FC. They drop it into the 18. An unfortunate pop-up right there on Ferry, as I think he was thinking about cranking that one. Two big center backs will play it back to Sanchez. This is Lucas Da Silva. See, he just goes with Lucas on the back of his jersey. Played back to Ferry. Now Flores over to Cohen. This is a great ball. Frame, I thought was going to push it forward and just keep running. Instead, he went back inside over to Jackson. Jackson now has Cohen, keeps it on the surface. Cohen, Frame is open on the far post. Frame will square it. Jackson. And now they've got to reset their offense. Good work by North Texas to get those 2 blocks of 4 and stop that attack.
Yeah, it was really nice defensive work in transition there from North Texas. Difficult to break down. Again, those moments, North Carolina FC needs somebody to pull wide. look to get service in the box.
Martina, frame just a step offside. It's clear that part of John Bradford and the coaching staff for North Carolina FC game plan is they know there's some space available, and they'll try to maybe switch it on any kind of overload and see if they can't get something going on the far side.
Yeah, it's something that Martina brings. That we've seen in sort of the limited time that he's been available. He's got that left foot. He can open up the field with those big diagonal balls.
Flick. Over to Fisher. Two clubs battling over the Atlantic Division's final playoff spot take center stage when the USL on ESPN continues. Charlotte Independence travels north to Dillon Stadium to take on Hartford Athletic Thursday, September 30th at 8 p.m. Eastern on ESPN Deportes. Jackson knocked to the ground. That's a good call and a great effort by Jackson to earn this free kick right in front of the North Texas bench.
I think North Texas bailed him out there. To be honest, he should have played Cohen in behind there much earlier. He held on to it a little bit too long. Fortunately, he picked up the foul, but some good footwork nonetheless.
USL League One action. Tucson red hot, 5 wins, 2 draws in 7 games. North Texas not so hot, 0 wins in their last 7, 5 draws and 2 losses. Toronto also no wins in their last 6 games with 3 draws and 3 losses. And then Greenville starting to heat up, 2 wins, 2 draws in their last 4 games. I feel like, Austin, we knew that Greenville was going to return to the pack, and that's exactly what they've done.
Yeah, just a matter of time. I think last time we were here, they were on a bit of a slow run. Hadn't won in quite a while, but John Hart's done a great job with that team down there, and good to see them back on track.
Arriaga to Martinez. Flores was calling for it. Now Martinez going to get it to Flores. Flores cut inside, looking for Jackson. That's a good trap by Jackson. Now we need to see some movement. That's a good ball to Frame. Frame. Now over to Steedman. Steedman. Back to Frame. Boy, every time you think there's an opportunity, I've been impressed defensively with the shape and then the reshape of North Texas. Cohen. North Texas has been able to drop and then react and then get settled anytime North Carolina FC has an attack going.
Yeah, really hard to break down. North Carolina FC, I think to their credit, has done a good job in the build-up, getting into that final third area, but North Texas not breaking.
Still zeros here. 27th minute. Arriaga over to Flick. We've seen Flick take a shot already. This one comes through. Jackson's offside, and it won't count. And he thought he had it. There's some fans here that thought he had it, but I saw the flag up pretty early.
You can see Arriaga puts this one wide. It's a ball in for Max Flick, and Arriaga either gets a touch on it or comes close to getting a touch on it, but that might have been what played Jackson offside. I think if Arriaga had not headed that one, Jackson might have been okay.
Texas will keep possession. Really good work by Nicky Hernandez to win that in front of Fisher on that long ball from the goalkeeper Sanchez, and that meant the second ball was also won by North Texas, and they earned the whistle 28 minutes in. Flag stays down, first time, and Holiday in the right spot. The strike there from Vargas, saved by Holiday, as Holiday is going to need to get ready again. And Arriaga will just clear it. Jackson had a good idea, was hoping to get on the other side of De Silva, but De Silva read it perfectly. And De Silva's ball there will go to Flick. It'll bring it back to Holiday, as Holiday has been outstanding here to start for North Carolina FC. You start to look at the top of the table and you start to think Omaha may have a shot. They have 5 home games, including 5 straight, whereas Chattanooga has just 1 in 4 games on the road. And in any league, it's not easy to win on the road. So Omaha with 5 straight will be looking to maximize that opportunity as they sit just 2 points behind Chattanooga.
They put themselves in a good spot.
Pretty sure our boy, the former member of North Carolina FC, Austin Poncho, just celebrated a birthday not too long ago. As we say happy birthday to him. And speaking of birthdays, Almaguer had a birthday 5 days ago for North Texas SC. The man in the middle of the park does a lot of the dirty work, but a solid little player for North Texas. Here we go with more one-on-one discussions. This time it's the referee in Arriaga with his warning. We're in minute 30. Sorry, Austin.
No, I was going to say it's interesting to see the armband, make its way to Arriaga here. I think he's a guy that we haven't seen a ton of. He's missed long stretches of the season with injury, but I think it goes to show just how respected he is in the locker room. That as soon as Nazmi Al-Badawi exits, the armband comes to a guy who maybe hasn't spent a ton of time on the field, but obviously a big leader within this team who's going to need leadership as we close out this season.
That last attack was started by Arriaga, who I think he wanted Frame to go ahead and first time a ball into the 18 to see if anybody was there, but they continue to not see opportunities. So on transition, Austin Deleuze, the theme I'm seeing is North Carolina FC is putting some good passes together, but then that final pass, they're not liking what they're seeing and they're bringing it back.
Yeah, you've mentioned it a couple times now, but North Texas SC just doing a good job of getting back into their shape and being difficult to play against. And North Carolina FC just seems to sort of run out of ideas.
Holiday under some pressure, trying to find Frame. Sent back in the middle, one again by North Texas. That's good work by Cohen to rip it away. Cohen now looking for some blue jerseys, and look, the blue jerseys have to join in. If they're gonna win it right there, and you've got that wall and then in the extra bank, they're never gonna be able to break it down unless some of these outside backs move forward. Martinez is gonna need to move forward too, I think.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think everything's a little bit too nice right now for North Carolina FC. They're passing the ball well, they're keeping possession, but in terms of taking chances going forward, it's not quite there right now.
Flores calling for it again. Fisher. Wow, that's a neat trap by Arriaga over to Jackson. What a ball from Arriaga to Jackson. Now here comes the run from Flores. Cohen knows it, and he'll get it to Flores. That's a good ball. Flores now. Once again, though, I thought he was going to keep going back toward the flag. Decides to cut back in. Jackson. And they turn it back over to North Texas. Oh, one right back, though. Steedman. This is big. Steedman all by himself at the moment. One too many touches. Cleaned up again by Flores. Tight quarters. Out of bounds will be a throw-in for North Carolina FC.
Yeah, another perfect example of what we were talking about was a great buildup between Arriaga, Jackson, getting the ball wide, but just not enough urgency. North Texas is able to get back into their shape, and nothing happening.
Boy, they were pinned in, and somehow they're going to get out of this. Martina lucky enough to make that run as they were trying to spring Nicky Hernandez along the right side. It was Martina reading that one perfectly, Austin. Neither team with anybody warming up, just in the 34th minute. Martina will go back to Holiday. Now Fisher. Steedman shows. Frame was offside, so he had to pull back. Can't watch the match? Turn on Sirius XM FC 157, North America's only 24/7 source of soccer radio, featuring Ray Hudson, Tony Meola, Rodney Marsh, and USL All Access with Mike Watts and Devin Kerr every Tuesday night at 7 Eastern. You can also hear live action from the USL, MLS, Premier League, and more, all on Sirius XM FC 157 and the SXM app. Here at WakeMed Soccer Park, Salem Stadium on a picture-perfect Sunday afternoon. It's North Carolina FC 0, North Texas SC 0. Fair to say North Texas SC's had a little bit more of the ball, but it's not like it's been totally one-sided at all. North Carolina FC has had moments. Good little fake by Smith, and the give and a go knocked away there by Flores. Quick throw in from Vargas, who will get it back. Nifty little move by Vargas and a pretty good ball. And then now watch Vargas make this run. This was all Vargas to start. Let's see what the finish is like. Just a little bit too deep. Hard not to be impressed with Vargas as he was looking for Kazoo wearing number 88. Deflected, and Holiday was hoping to keep it in to avoid a corner kick. Can't do it. It'll be a corner kick for North Texas.
Yeah, some great stuff there from Vargas. Obviously very skilled player. We've seen some really nice attacking play from him. He looks like he might be struggling a little bit. He's got that left leg wrapped up pretty tight with tape. Just doesn't seem to be moving all that well, but still getting it done.
Soft feet. Really nice traps, and then played it forward. And you're right, he had that burst, and then after that burst, you're right, he didn't look super comfortable running over to take this corner. Let's see what he can do. They're all bunched up right now. He's peeling off of that bunch. It's off the head of Martina, and it'll be a throw in for North Texas. We're in minute 36. Pretty good pace here to this first half, but still at zeros. Knocked out of bounds again there as Flores got a little piece of it. So it'll be a throw in for North Texas. Smith with the throw in back to De Silva, who's got Gomez. Gomez wearing number 4. Gomez. Almaguer had it for a moment. De Silva will now drop it to Ferry. A lot of freedom that Eric Quill kind of gives this North Texas team to sort of change positions on the fly. You're seeing defenders get forward. You're seeing midfielders drop back. You're seeing forwards come all the way back and vice versa. And now finally a whistle earned there. They'll come back to North Carolina FC, and you can see Martinez say, let's just take it easy here for a second. Minute 38. Cohen knew the pressure was coming, and then taken down there by Ahmedkar, the player we highlighted off the top, part of the USL League One Team of the Week, which we'll take a look at. We'll also do some news and notes. We'll break down all of the scores from yesterday. This is the only game today in USL League One, but we'll take a deeper dive into USL League One, courtesy of our good friend Brian Ware and his great research. I mentioned Nick Holiday. He again earned the USL Save of the Week. I mean, the fans love him, and why not? So now Coach Eric Quill going to send everybody, including the backup goalkeeper, down in the corner to warm up. North Carolina FC keeping everybody on the bench. North Carolina FC's got some weapons on the bench available for this one. I'm pretty sure Robbie Christo is one of them.
Yeah, Christo, Miscic, JT Kamara, Thorne Simpson, all guys we've seen in the team at one point or another throughout this season are available off the bench. All guys that are capable of changing the game.
So by that standard, perhaps 0-0 here initially is not terrible even for the home team. Usually as the home team, you wouldn't mind getting one going into half, but with all those weapons available, Crystal could give you a good little run off the bench. Dropped into Cohen. Read perfectly there, though, by De Silva.
Yeah, I don't think NCFC's been bad by any stretch, but just, you know, at home against another team who's been struggling, I'd like to just be a little bit more dangerous, create a few more chances. Just that side of things hasn't been there for him. But to your point, you know, I think the longer this stays 0-0, you have the opportunity to bring those players in off the bench. It's a good thing.
Flores, Cohen waits on it. Just like in any sport, sometimes you need to step to the ball. He didn't, and it's one back nonetheless by North Carolina FC. Here's Flick. Flick has gone to his left foot again and pulled out of the air neatly there by Sanchez.
It's a good strike from Flick. The last shot that he had on his left foot didn't look super comfortable, but this one he gets a hold of, and it's a nice save and a good hold from Sanchez to keep that one, not give up a rebound.
Well done on Flick for 2 times now, getting himself in a pretty good opportunity to shoot. And this last one, he had a little bit more mustard on that hot dog and made Sanchez make the save. Just like that, though, North Texas now, oh my, that's just a rocket goal, a wonder goal, a brilliant goal. And just like that, in transition, coming the other way, North Texas has made it 1-0. Courtesy of a goal from Dominic Hernandez. What a strike.
Yeah, that's about as good as it gets from Dominic Hernandez there. Picking it up on that left side. You can see he always wants to bring it into his right foot. Gets it out in front of him and just curls that one far post. Not much Nick Holiday can do there.
North Texas goal of the 40th minute of play from number 80.
That will be in the conversation for goal of the week for USL League One. Dominic Hernandez, fantastic strike.
I'm pretty sure that wasn't even 30 seconds after Flick's really good shot. So you got to give Sanchez credit for winning it and then getting the offense started right away. And on the other side, Hernandez wearing that 80 jersey, cutting in and hitting it side netting to make it 1-0 North Texas SC. And they've got a lead here. Flores, it just flat out got away from him. Unfortunate. This is another good ball. Holiday, though, offside flag is up anyway. A brilliant goal from Dominic Hernandez. Take another look at this goal here, Austin Deleuze. He cuts back in, and wow, just a laser. I'm not talking about just side netting, but way in the back corner of the side netting, right?
Yeah, perfect placement. He's got pace on it. You can see that's a confident guy. Always looking to get it on his right foot there. You could see cutting in. Unfortunately, just had a little bit too much space. A highlight reel goal from Dominic Hernandez.
Dropped over the top, and a little bit of a tug there from Flick. Oh no, they're gonna not buy it. And they'll give it back to North Carolina FC. Not even call the foul there.
Might have gone down a little bit easy there.
Referee saw that exact play, Austin, and Holiday got in trouble there playing it out of the back. There's some confidence flying right now for North Texas after that goal. They can make it 2-0. That's a great pass offside. Unselfish as Vargas decides to give it up, but that extra pass led to offside.
Yeah, unselfish and I think unwise.
Yeah, because he was open, right?
Yeah, you know, a player like Vargas, who we've seen make some great plays here in this first half, thought for sure he was going to go to goal.
Wow, De Silva really gave a tough ball there to Sanchez. Sanchez actually not happy with his head coach either. Interesting body language at the moment. Flores. Wow, another great tackle. I'll tell you what, Blaine Ferry has been all over the place wearing number 8. I mean, he has been flying, and now Martinez comes in. He's been warned earlier, so that's going to be a card for Martinez. He did get the warning earlier.
Yeah, starting to get a little bit chippy here in the last few minutes. And we'll see here on the replay, Nelson Martinez just coming through the back of the goal scorer, Hernandez there. See the frustration.
Austin, Blaine Ferry wearing number 8. Solidly built, not super tall, but he's been everywhere.
Yeah, he's been really, really active. He's been a facilitator for this North Texas team. You can see there's some other players that definitely have, you know, that talent in the final third, and Vargas and Hernandez and El Medcar, but Ferry seems to be sort of the engine.
How about that? They saw Holiday off his line just a little bit and off the whistle.
That's a little ambitious, I think, from Vargas.
Ladies and gentlemen,
I don't think I've ever seen a year at any level where players are looking for those midfield bombs. I mean, there's been a lot this year, a lot.
Yep. Yeah, I think, and part of that is the goalkeeping, right? I think the style in goalkeeping might be changing a little bit, where it is sort of the norm to play very, very high off your line and try to become that sort of sweeper keeper type of player, and sometimes you get punished for it.
Indeed. Did you ever score one like that during your college or pro days?
I don't think I ever scored. I definitely tried a few.
Okay.
Maybe back in the Winston-Salem Twins days, you know.
Maybe long distance
yeah,
one there.
U12, U13 maybe.
So back then, though, I'm thinking midfield and your long distance might be about 30 yards maybe or so.
Seems like 60.
Here's Flores. Ooh, this is good from Jackson. It's good, but now can he get some help? He's going to make a run. He needs somebody. And that was clean. Good non-whistle there from the referee. Ooh, that was nifty from Arriaga to get it back over to Frame. Frame was waiting that whole time, and Frame just dribbles into trouble. One back by Steedman, and it'll be a corner kick. So Steedman saves the day after Frame kind of dribbled into trouble, and Frame got hurt. Be a corner kick, North Carolina FC. Pretty animated Coach Quill, who, despite this 1-0 lead, doesn't seem super pleased, as we've got 2 minutes of added time, and we've already used almost all of that. This would be huge for the home team, North Carolina FC. Never got that one up in the air, though, Austin, and there is the whistle. It's halftime, and looked like an even match most of the time, but North Texas has a 1-0 lead through 45.
Yeah, really impressed with this North Texas team through the first half. I think they were very solid defensively and created some really good chances, and ultimately scored a fantastic goal through Dominic Hernandez. So North Carolina FC has some ground to make up here.
Stay with us at halftime as we'll take a look around at USL League One. We'll show you upcoming schedules, the team of the week, news and notes, and so much more. But your halftime score, North Texas SC 1, North Carolina FC 0.
Select Physical Therapy is focused on patient safety now more than ever before. Select's centers remain open and offer a safe environment for you to receive physical therapy services. You don't need a doctor's referral to begin care and start feeling better today. Select Physical Therapy also offers telerehab, so you can easily connect with a licensed therapist through web-based technology that is HIPAA compliant, right from the comfort of your home. Visit selectphysicaltherapy.com to schedule an appointment. Select Physical Therapy, the power of physical therapy.
Behind this shot, there's a story of well-loved cleats and pride-soaked jerseys. A story of years of support and leadership. There is a story of family. Behind every shot, there's soccer.com. Greatness grows here.
Continental Tire has been a proud supporter of soccer for more than a decade. We've been there both on and off the field for some of the greatest celebrations. We've watched with you as the game and personalities have gotten bigger. We are proud to continue standing alongside you, supporting the game that gives us all so much. Together, we've shared thousands of incredible goals and celebrations. Here's to many more to come.
Beautiful Sunday afternoon. It is Bark in the Park day. There we see some dogs. North Texas SC with a 1-0 lead here at halftime. Dean Linke with Austin Duluth. Some dogs in the park. And, man, if you're John Bradford, you're feeling kind of good, but North Texas perhaps deserves the 1-0 lead.
I think they absolutely deserve it. They, like I said prior to the break, were very solid defensively, difficult to break down, and created a few chances and finally found the back of the net through a fantastic strike from Dominic Hernandez. So North Carolina FC just has to find a way to be more dangerous and as you mentioned several times in the first half, get more numbers into the attack.
The dog days here down the stretch as we take a look at the upcoming schedules for both teams. We'll start with North Carolina FC.
Yeah, they're heading up to Toronto, which is going to be a difficult one on October 1st. Back here against the Chattanooga Red Wolves on my birthday, October 9th, special occasion. Then at Tucson, at Omaha, not getting any easier there. And finishing off against South Georgia Tormenta on October 23rd.
Be good to see everybody out here on Austin's birthday as it's Carolina Railhawks Throwback Day. Let's have some fun, wear the orange, the upcoming schedule for North Texas SC.
Yeah, heading out to Tucson, that's always a difficult road trip. And then against Richmond, who's also in the hunt for one of those playoff spots, at Fort Lauderdale, back home against New England, and then wrapping it up against a Union Omaha team that has been fantastic so far this season.
We're going to take a break, step aside. We come back. We got a whole lot to cover. USL League One is down the stretch we go for those final playoff spots. North Texas SC, if they can hang on, it would be 3 massive points for them. Halftime, they lead North Carolina FC by a score of 1-0.
Today, as you step onto the field, as you defend and attack, as you move swift, quick, like you were made for this, know that you do not do so alone. With each step, you run with all of the women before you and all of the women that will come after you. A stampede of mujeres blazing a trail on fire. Time cannot catch you. Para ti no existen los límites. You come from women that transformed pain into victory. Women that accepted impossible as a challenge. A challenge is brought to you and you do not turn away. Your journey today awaits you and you do not step down. You step into your purpose. You step strong. Con toda la fuerza de mujer. You step up.
I am a first-generation student here at Bellevue University. I feel like if I were to have gone to a different university, my experience would have been a lot more stressful and overwhelming because I feel like I wouldn't have gotten that personal experience that Bellevue University has to offer.
Hey, we Left-footed shot, and it's in. Knocked away. Looking for Paul Rudd. Could fall for an opportunity here. The shot comes in. Oh, it's brilliant.
Continental Tire has been a proud supporter of soccer for more than a decade. We've been there both on and off the field for some of the greatest celebrations. We've watched with you as the game and personalities have gotten bigger. We are proud to continue standing alongside you, supporting the game that gives us all so much. Together, we've shared thousands of incredible goals and celebrations. Here's to many more to come.
So, how do you like your urgent care? At Wake Med, we have urgent care just about everywhere. Urgent care that specializes in orthopedics and kids. MyCare 365, open every day of the year. Even virtual urgent care. Yup, urgent care in your jammies on your tablet. So download the Wake Med All Access app and get urgent care that's caring, convenient, and just the way you like it.
North Texas on top of North Carolina FC, a special Sunday afternoon game here at the beautiful Wake Med Soccer Park in Cary, North Carolina. Dogs are here as well. Dogs are welcome.
There, so the message is probably
and
better.
North Texas SC, though, with the only goal of the game so far. As we start to take a look at the standings, you can see that, of course, Chattanooga, the class of the league, but Omaha with all those home games. They got 5 home games coming up and a couple games in hand.
Yeah, I think even though Chattanooga's at the top of the league right now, 2 points clear, in my opinion, it's Union Omaha's to lose with all those games at home and the couple in hand. But you can see how tight it is down, in the middle from Toronto on up at 26 points all the way up to 33. That's only 7 points that separate this entire table. You can see here North Texas SC haven't been on a great run, but still in the mix with 27 points. And then you get into the meat there, Fort Madison, Richmond, Fort Lauderdale, South Georgia, all bunched up there, 27, 28, 29. So it is not set in stone, the playoff picture here by any means. There's a lot of soccer left to play.
A lot of soccer played yesterday as we take a look at some of the scores.
Yeah, Richmond with a solid win over Toronto FC2 yesterday, 1-0. New England with the last-minute victory over Chattanooga through Justin Rennicks. Union Omaha drops one to FC Tucson, not going to help their case in winning the league, but like I said, they've got a comfortable schedule over the next few. And then Fort Madison and Greenville, 2 of the better teams in this league over the last couple of years, draw 1-1.
Taking a look at the news and notes, you see right there the top 2 teams losing at home, as we just showed you on the scoreboard. Richmond, I don't know how they're doing it, but they are hanging in here. And how about the news of the Super League?
Yeah, fantastic to see, another women's league getting started here, giving more opportunity to women's players across the country. It's great. It's awesome to see USL, create this league and support that movement.
Indeed it is. As you take a look at the players of the week, some good stuff here as Charlie Dennis had a hat trick in that 3-3 draw at Greenville. Aaron Walker, attacking midfielder, scored the first half brace. And then you've got Hernandez from Chattanooga. He had the goal and assist in a 3-1 win here at home against North Carolina FC. Jonathan Ricketts also played great. Damian Rivera, striker, had a goal. Jake Rosansky, the former Maryland Terrapin, returned from injury and had a great game. And then, of course, Khalid El Medkar from North Texas, part of the team of the week.
Yeah, obviously had a great game against Omaha last time out. He's been a little bit quiet here today, but still got the second half to play. He's a guy who we can see has some talent, and would like to see him get more involved here as we play this second 45.
Charlie Dennis from Tucson, 5 wins and 2 draws in their last 7 games, has been a key factor for the rise of Tucson. The team of the week presented by Clear Audio, as we're here on a beautiful Sunday afternoon, Cary, North Carolina. But your halftime score, the team from Texas, North Texas, SC 1, North Carolina FC 0.
Selling your home often comes at a cost. Many realtors charge commissions of 6%, which seriously cuts into your profits. But with Daymark Realty, part of Coastal Credit Union, you can sell for an unbelievably low commission rate of 4.5%. Plus, professional staging and photography are included. Find out how Daymark and Coastal have saved members millions in fees and offer a better way to bank.
Select Physical Therapy is focused on patient safety now more than ever before. Select's centers remain open and offer a safe environment for you to receive physical therapy services. You don't need a doctor's referral to begin care and start feeling better today. Select Physical Therapy also offers telerehab, so you can easily connect with a licensed therapist through web-based technology that is HIPAA compliant, right from the comfort of your home. Visit selectphysicaltherapy.com to schedule an appointment. Select Physical Therapy, the power of physical therapy.
Behind this shot, there's a story of well-loved cleats and pride-soaked jerseys, a story of years of support and leadership. There's a story of family. Behind every shot, there's soccer.com. Greatness grows here.
Both teams back out there. The fans enjoying something good to eat here, and they would like to see a goal as North Carolina FC, the home team, trails right now by 1 against North Texas SC. Let's take a look at the first half highlights, Austin DeLuz.
Yeah, North Texas SC, off to a quick start here. A highlight save from Nick Holiday, who was solid all first half. North Texas on the attack here again, slipped in behind. And this is probably the best chance of the first half. The header, I'm giving that save to Nick Holiday. I think he got a piece of it off the crossbar and out. And North Texas SC kept the pressure on. Relentless, big volley here from Vargas, who was active all first half. Really fun to watch. Nick Holiday stands up, makes a comfortable save. And finally, North Texas breaks the deadlock as Hernandez picks it up on that left side, cuts in on his right foot, and just a perfect bent strike into that far post. Nothing Nick Holiday could do about that one. That's got to feel good.
Almost went right through the net. And you take a look at the stats right there. 9 shots for North Texas to 5 for North Carolina FC.
Yeah, and you can see there 60% possession for an NCFC, but again, just not doing enough with it. And I think that highlight package was pretty indicative of how that first half went. No highlights for NCFC, didn't really create much despite that advantage in possession.
North Texas SC back out there in their white, red, and white. The home team, North Carolina FC, in blue from head to toe. Alongside Austin DeLuz, who actually won a national championship on this field in 2007 with the Wake Forest Demon Deacons. Scored a lot of big goals, had a ton of assists as a member of both the Carolina Railhawks and North Carolina FC. Remember, October 9th is Carolina Railhawks Throwback Day. Not exactly sure what that means, but I'm planning on wearing some orange. You got any of that, Austin?
I got some packed away, I think. Yeah, I think the team will be wearing some custom Railhawks throwback jerseys. Should be some legends in attendance.
Frame sends it across. Martinez. I can tell you, and I'm not making this up, so don't think that I'm picking on you or anything, because it's actually a tribute. My oldest son lives in Charlotte, and quite often, even on a Friday or Saturday night, wears a number 6 Carolina Railhawks Austin DeLuz jersey and gets a lot of comments. That's his story, and it's true.
What kind of comments are those?
Hey, I know Austin DeLuz, or I know the Carolina Railhawks. I mean, you're known everywhere, and Charlotte's not that far away.
I appreciate that.
Our producer Kyle Lang is wondering about the Etienne Barbara uniforms. He was pretty good too, by the way. Did you play with him at all?
I never played with him. Played against him when he moved over to Minnesota. But one of the guys who, like I said, Railhawks legend, scored a lot of goals for the club.
He played with Campos, I think, right? So you had 2 of those front runners up top. I guess that was before. Did you play with Campos at all?
No, another one that I think I played against quite a bit, but didn't play with him. Yeah, those 2 guys were a handful up top, absolutely.
Yeah, that was a good pick by our producer, director, Kyle Lang. Barbara he liked to entertain, and I'll tell you what, you think about players that didn't mind talking to the referees. he was heard.
Yep, there was a few of those on that team. Pablo, Johnny Steele was another one.
That great left foot, Johnny Steele. Maybe a throw in for North Carolina FC, but October 9th, Carolina Railhawks Throwback Day. So I think that means full license for us to be in some orange gear.
I think so, yeah. Tell you what, you mentioned having a strong left foot. Assistant coach for North Texas SC, another familiar face, Michelle, longtime MLS, NASL veteran, had an absolute cannon of a left foot.
He did. He played here a few games, right? Did he not?
Yeah, against us, yeah, for sure. He spent a little bit of time at Rio OKC. But a really talented player and nice guy as well. Good to see him on the sidelines, staying involved in the game and coaching up some of these young FC Dallas Academy players.
Well, right now, FC Dallas is with an interim coach, correct? They finally got rid of one of their legends, and I believe just the interim tag is on, correct?
Yep. Yeah. It's been, I think, a disappointing season for the FC Dallas, first team. So they had to make a change at the top. But Lucci, the guy, the head coach, had been there many, many years. It's never an easy thing to let a guy like that go, but at the end of the day, it's all business, right?
Indeed. I think he was, Luis Gonzalez was the one that replaced Shellis Hyman, right? Is that correct, or was there another one in there somewhere?
I think you're right.
Yeah.
Somebody might want to check us on that one, but.
Yeah, there may have been one more coach slipped in there. It's 49th minute. I'm walking you up to 50 minutes. And right now, John Bradford has everybody warming up for North Carolina FC, and that includes Jake McGuire, who's back healthy again, but not 100%. So that's why Holiday keeps on starting. That's Fisher moving forward. Jackson was open, but I think it may have been deflected.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see some of these substitutes make their way onto the field here sooner than later. When you talk about what North Carolina FC was missing in that first half, a lot of it is sitting over there on the bench, I think, in terms of creativity and the ability to make a special play and change the game.
Push there from Fisher, kind of an unnecessary push, and it'll come back to North Texas. The USL's elite pre-professional platform, USL Academy, allows clubs to build a pathway to pro soccer by bringing together top local youth talent and helping players transition to their USL senior teams. For more information, visit usl-academy.com. Flores tracks back defensively. One back, though, by North Texas SC. Flores can't slow it down. Couple step overs. Vargas, and Vargas so close to making this one 2-0. So close.
Actually, yeah, I think that's actually Colin Smith, the right back, going on a mazy run there. Did really well to get himself into the box. Got a good shot off, but NCFC gets the block.
My apologies. Great run from Colin Smith. Thank you for that correction. Colin Smith wearing 32, you're right, and 31 is Vargas. And Vargas will come over for the corner kick. Headed away, or knocked away there by Martinez. Waldeck. Flick. One back by North Texas. Center back stays forward. Holiday gets a piece of it, far side. And Flores is knocked to the ground. It'll be a foul called against North Texas. Flores will stay down. Looks like he's willing to get up. Rather than sending a trainer out, that's exactly what we will do. We talked about it at halftime. Go ahead, though, Austin.
No, I was going to say, you see here, Nick Holiday comes out. Kazu puts the ball into the box, and Nelson Flores looks like he just catches the back of the head there. Definitely stings. Sorry to cut you off there, Dean. Proceed.
Well, we talked about it at halftime, but a new era of Division II professional women's soccer begins in 2023 with the introduction of the USL Super League. Head over to uslsoccer.com/USL Super League to learn more. Frame, can he get to it? Knocked out of bounds. Mike McGinty with the assist to Flick. Top assistant for John Bradford. Another Demon Deacon, right?
Indeed. We're everywhere.
Mike McGinty's got a son playing for UNC Asheville. On that team also is Clint Piet's son, and then John Hackworth's son is also on that team. UNC Asheville, led by what I think is the youngest Division I coach. And I gotta believe if any of those coaches call, he would listen. But he actually told me that all three of them as dads have been great. And it's probably because they get what it's like to have a helicopter dad dealing with him, so they don't bother him at all.
Yeah, that makes sense. I think, all three of them, and John Hackworth, Clint Piet, and Mike McGinty have spent time in college soccer, so they probably understand.
This is a great opportunity. Oh, what a save by Sanchez. Jackson and Sanchez knocking it away. Jackson so close with the equalizer. What a save.
Yeah, this is good work from Nelson Flores, driving forward, plays the 1-2 with Oziel Jackson. Jackson gets the return pass, and he just tries to poke that one into that far post, and Sanchez is there. A great save, as you said, from Richard Sanchez to keep this 1-0.
Excellent give-and-go work, though, between Flores and Jackson. Flores giving it back to Jackson. Now Cohen with the corner kick, punched away by Sanchez. First time by Arriaga. Arriaga on the second. Will win it back to Flores. Flores now. North Carolina FC knocking at the door, looking dangerous here after an inspirational halftime speech from John Bradford, but that'll go out of bounds. Join USL in celebrating Hispanic Heritage Month through October 15th. Visit uslsoccer.com/Hispanic-heritage for exclusive content and stories that celebrate members of the Hispanic community that have shaped the USL. 1-0 North Texas SC, still on top, courtesy of the Hernandez goal, a wonder goal. And as Austin Blues has already said, definitely going to be a candidate for goal of the week. It's going to be tough to beat it. It was splendid. Because, Austin, it wasn't, as I mentioned earlier, it wasn't just side netting. I mean, it was the corner of the side netting. I mean, smoked it.
Yeah, tucked right in there at pace.
Boy, North Texas winning a ton of second balls and starting their attack right at Holiday, who guards that near post. Wow, he does play well beyond his years. I mean, he's only 15. It always seems to be in the right spot.
Yeah, it's pretty incredible. I don't want to beat a dead horse, but it really is amazing how composed he looks, how comfortable he looks at just 15. It's pretty amazing.
Speaking of 15, number 15, Steedman on the ball. North Texas not making any passes easy as they have interrupted quite a few. They do find Frame open. Flick making the overlapping run. Jackson will get it to Flick. Flick's got to wait for it. Back to Jackson. Jackson now. You wait too long, then the block of four gets set, and it's a big block of four. They got some big center backs in the middle. They try to send it in there, and it goes over the top. Wow, that one hit a fan right there, and he has a little laugh about it.
He was ready for it.
Yeah, Flick with the throw in. Minute 58. Splendid Sunday afternoon. Just an absolute beautiful day here. Steedman. Flores. He's gone 50 yards. He'll drop it to Cohen. Cohen's going to first time it. Was looking for Jackson. Knocked out of bounds. Throw in. What a run from Flores.
Yeah, good run from Flores to put Cohen in. And Jackson was on the doorstep there. Really well read from Gomez there.
Steedman. Starting to get a little wind up here in the perch. There's two of us up here. One of us is softer than the other, and one of us will be putting a jacket on momentarily. That's going to be me.
You're more experienced than me. You brought yours.
59th minute. I'm definitely softer. I don't know about the experience. Here's the 59th minute. 1-0. Looking for the equalizer. Cohen. Oh, that had the right pace, but it's still loose. Coach Bradford looking for a handball, doesn't get it. Holiday way outside his line. That's a nice ball. Cohen. Give it right back. The back line for North Texas has been extraordinary, I think.
Agreed. Very solid. I think that center back partnership of De Silva and Gomez has been excellent.
Martina read that one perfectly off the ball. It's worth pointing out that Kazoo got bumped on his run by Flick, and a really good off-ball defensive work by Flick, who continues to be as honest as they come, and it's those little things like that that are important. And now North Carolina FC going the other way. Jackson's going to square it to Martinez. He's got Cohen on his left. He'll find Cohen. Corner kick, North Carolina FC. Cohen. Knocked out of danger. Flores will send it out of bounds. I want to thank our crew, of course, our VP of Broadcasting, Jorge Acuna, Kyle Lang, Savannah, Rosanna, Dana Revel, Andrew Taylor, Ian Lang, Brian Ware, and Trevor Groman. Brian and Trevor doing the great camera work here. Up in the perch here, best seat in the house. And have I mentioned it's a beautiful day? I mean, it is just beautiful.
Doesn't get much better. Should have brought your dog. Be up here in the perch with us.
My dog is actually with that Austin Duluth jersey up in Charlotte now. Its dog has been taken by my oldest. That was a true story, by the way. He wears that Austin Duluth jersey a lot. I'm telling you, like, he loves it. Fits him perfect.
I'll have to confirm that next time I see it.
It's a true story. He's like you, 0 body fat, so it fits perfect. Cohen, switch it to the other side. Over to Frame. Couldn't tell if he was hoping to turn himself and get a shot off. Instead, the extra pass. North Carolina FC for sure, knocking on the door here. Shot from distance, and that'll go actually into the woods. It's a wonderful cross-country course that is part of this facility that hosts a ton of. Let's take a look at this last opportunity here, Austin.
Yeah, it's Nelson Flores gets it on his left foot, and again, it's just a little bit of running out of ideas, right? I think you saw Cole Frame try to work his way into the middle there. There's just no space to operate in the middle of that in the final third at the top of the 18. North Texas SC does such a good job of closing the gaps. There is a ton of space wide. If CFC can just find ways to create more overloads in those areas, get some service into the box.
Jackson gets called for offside, doesn't like it. And now, you know, look, we're walking up to minute 63. You have some weapons on the bench, down 1-0. I can't expect John Bradford to wait much longer to bring in some of those offensive horses. Crystal's the one player that could handle the size of those two big center backs. There's Fisher stepping up. Steedman sacrificing his body, very courageous, and still won back though by North Texas. You saw the halftime stats. North Carolina FC had the possession advantage. I think one of the things though that you got to look at is quality possession, right? Possession that counts.
Yep, it's all about that end product. What are you doing with the possession? What are you creating?
Coach Quill going to make a change as Michelle with some instructions. So for North Carolina FC can bring in some of those attacking-minded players. It looks like Coach Quill and North Texas SC is going to make a change. Flores with a little bump. Minute 64. Do we have an update on the Wake Forest women's soccer match against Syracuse?
Another win.
Another win on the road. Win. So they won at Boston College and won at Syracuse.
9-1, only giving up 1 goal on the season.
Let's get some votes, United Soccer coaches. Let's get them in that top 25. I told you it would make the air. Cutting back inside, Vargas, great little pass. What a dummy, just a brilliant dummy, and really lucky as Holiday had some support back there by Flick, and that was really good soccer from North Texas SC.
Yeah, Nelson Flores with the big time save off the line there, but that was some pretty play from North Texas. Vargas again at the center of it. Leaves it there for Hernandez.
Well, good call on Flores, yep. If Flores isn't there, it's 2-0, correct?
Yep. Hernandez probably should do better to pick out a corner there, but credit to Flores for covering his goalkeeper, being in the right spot.
Corner kick, North Texas SC with the 1-0 lead, trying to add to it. Off the head of Martinez, snapped in the air by Arriaga, and Flores can't get to it. It'll be another corner kick for North Texas SC with the 1-0 lead, minute 66. Really nice day to kind of sit in the sun. It goes far post. Looked like Holiday got enough of it to just slow it down before Kazoo could really get his body around it. It'll come back to North Carolina FC as you're seeing now North Texas SC will go to their bench as it's going to be Gibran Rayo coming in, wearing number 14. And we'll see who he'll come in for. I think it might be Kazoo. No, it won't be. Instead, it's going to be the player that we featured, Khalil Ahmedkar, and that makes sense to me because he's been a little bit quiet.
Yeah, he's been the one of the front three. I think that's probably been the quietest between Vargas, Hernandez, and Ahmedkar. See his frustration there, giving the bench a good kick on his way off.
Jackson's side of his foot was hoping to free Cohen. Read perfectly by the North Texas SC defense. It's North Texas 1, First half goal, North Carolina FC 0, but John Bradford's got some weapons to bring in here. He's clearly going to wait a little bit longer as we're now minute 67. It's a good ball from Holiday. Steedman back over to Fisher. Fisher's going to pop it. Jackson gives up on it, and Sanchez will take his time. It'll roll down back to him, and now he'll pick it up. Holiday's made some big saves, but you know what? Richard Sanchez has made a big save as well for North Texas.
Looks like Martina might have picked up another injury here. And that one didn't look good.
North Carolina FC returning to Salem Stadium at WakeMed Soccer Park on October 9th.
What's unfortunate to see is this has been a familiar theme for Martina, who has been out and back in, but we've seen a lot of injuries in game. What did you see?
I don't want to speculate. He's kind of holding that lower leg, Achilles area. You could tell he kind of knew right away. Stepping in here, and you can see there, it just goes down, holding that lower leg. Clearly in some pain. Got a feel for him, like you said, just has not been able to stay healthy this season.
Ooh, oh man, he put his hand back toward that Achilles. And slammed the ground. Oh no.
You hate to see it. It's a guy you've mentioned, John Bradford, is just so high on, both in his ability and his experience and leadership.
So now a little bit of a hydration break as they'll deal with Martina. They may need a stretcher even. I would not be surprised at all. He's not even rolled over yet. He's in some major pain. Both goalkeepers going to get a water break as well, including Nick Holiday. Man, he's got some size, number 24, Nick Holiday. He is not small. Austin, what's John Bradford? Break it down. What's he saying right here, and what is he waiting for on the subs right here, down 1-0?
I think it's difficult. We've talked about it before in previous games this season, especially here at home, where really I think the message is we just need more. We need more willingness to take chances, more dynamic play in that final third, a willingness to take people on, take shots, get service in. Everything's a little bit too nice, too friendly right now as you get into that area. So, in terms of specifics, tactics and things like that, there's a reason I'm not a coach. I can't tell you what chess pieces to move around here, but for me, it's just everybody's got to lift it a little bit, and I think you do need to make some changes aside from the one that they're about to make to replace Martina, which looks like Malik Mbai is going to come in to fill that center back spot. But
boy, you nailed it. You saw the way he went down. You saw him reach back to what did look like his left Achilles. Again, we're purely speculating now, but nonetheless, he needs help getting off the field, and it has unfortunately been the story of this season for Martina. And a lot of times it's been in-game injuries, and then he'll work his way back to the lineup, and down he goes again.
CFC substitution will be 72nd minute play.
And obviously we don't want to say with any certainty what happened. We don't know. It could be less serious than that. But regardless, just feel for him. He's going to miss the rest of this game.
Bad news indeed. Hey, USL fans, don't forget 2 clubs battling over the Atlantic Division's final playoff spot take center stage when the USL on ESPN continues. Charlotte Independence travels north to Dillon Stadium to take on Hartford Athletic Thursday, September 30th at 8 p.m. Eastern on ESPN Deportes. JT Kamara looks to be one of the subs coming in. Robbie Cristo looks to be coming in, and Selmar Miscic looking to be coming in. That's a lot of attacking quality coming in for John Bradford here for the final 15 and change. Sanchez, oh my, Sanchez came in hard behind there on Jackson, but clearly was clean as the referee lets him play on. Wow, Sanchez lost it and stepped up and got a little piece of it.
Yeah, shaky moment there from him. Jackson did a great job putting him under pressure and making something out of nothing there.
Vargas, no problem for Holiday, who spills it for a second. We're in the 73rd minute. We're going to probably have close to 5 minutes of added time, though, as it took quite a long time to get Martina off the field. Saw Malik Mbai at the Clemson-NC State game that Clemson won. Of course, we've already mentioned that Clemson did fall to UNC Greensboro. Flores. Jackson has not stopped moving. His effort has been there, but short of that one shot on the give and go towards Flores, where he had a good opportunity and a great save by Sanchez, he has had limited opportunities inside the 18 to score. Frame filling that pressure from Waldeck. Will send it back to Mbai, who will find Holiday. Flick will drop it to Steedman. Jackson, tough ball for Jackson, but he stays with it. Flores. Frames open on the far side. They'll go to the other side. Cohen with Miscic, Kamara, and Cristo ready to come on. Next opportunity for John Bradford and North Carolina FC as they search for that equalizer. Jackson, boy, if they can get that equalizer before those 3 horses come in, that would be huge. Frame, this is a good opportunity here. Martinez back to Frame. Frame will first time it. Good ball across, but right into the hands of Sanchez.
It's a little bit better from NCFC. You know, they get it into that wide area, and Cole Frame puts a decent ball into the box. I think, you know, Sanchez is comfortable there, bringing that one down. But at least they got some service in, get some runs in the box. It looks like Steedman is down, possibly with a cramp here. He might be one of the ones coming off.
So John Bradford tapping Miscic, Cristo, JT Kamara all ready to come in. See Sanchez trying to loosen up Steedman.
And it'll be interesting to see what these 3 bring to the game. I think, you know, it's 3 guys that we've seen in the starting lineup at different points of the season, all guys that I think expect to be in the starting lineup. But, you know, that's the type of standard that they hold themselves to. So it'll be interesting to see how they respond to being put into this situation and this role, coming off the bench and trying to change the game together.
So Frame's going to come off for Miscic. Kamara's going to come on for Steedman, and Crystal's going to come on for Jackson.
Being replaced by number 9, Selman Miscic. And stepping off right now, number 22, ACL Jackson. Number 22 coming in.
So the big man, Cristo, coming on now. I like these 3 changes. I like the qualities they bring. I particularly like what they bring after 70-some minutes of trying to wear down that big, tall, aggressive back line of North Texas SC. Robbie Crystal will try to bounce on you, and maybe the little man, JT Kamara, can find some open space.
Yeah, and I think it becomes even more important to find those wide areas and get service into the box now with a guy like Robbie Crystal playing in that center striker position.
Crystal wins it. Crystal will get it back. Crystal. The big man's got some soft feet. He'll drop it over to Cohen and then make the run. Cohen looking back for Crystal. It'll go all the way through. Crystal, I thought, did well to make the near post run, but the ball was behind him, Austin. And then Vargas going the other way. Mbai, welcome to the game. Try to deal with this guy. Vargas, a little deflection off of Fisher and cleared. Martinez to Arriaga. That's a good ball to Cohen. Cohen into space. Sanchez way off his line, though, ready for it. We're in minute 78. We're going to have at least 5 minutes of added time, maybe as many as 7 or 8, as Martina, who's gone out with what looks to be a devastating injury, to say the least, I think. Needed help to get off the field. That took some time, though. 79th minute. Cohen stays on the field with Mischi. So now you have two players that can sort of intermix. You still have Arriaga out there. You still have Martinez. Arriaga was pushed there, and that's a good whistle. This is danger time here. North Carolina FC with a chance to tie it up right here.
You can see, I think there's a few guys that are going to be fighting over this one. You can see the 3 players running towards the ball there. Cohen, JT Kamara, and Robbie Crystal. It looks like Crystal might have won that argument.
JT Kamara is not happy about giving it up either.
That's always a fun thing to watch, isn't it?
Yeah, they're still talking about it. And there's no doubt that Crystal, I don't think Crystal is thinking about who he's passing the ball to. Let's just say that.
You don't think he's going to run over this one?
I really don't. I think they've had the discussion. If he does, then give JT credit for hanging in there. Boy, actually, the more I look at it, I like JT's angle on it. But you can see right there, North Texas with the players laying down behind the wall. We're seeing more of that. So a 4-man wall with a player laying down in case all 4 jump at the same time. There's the whistle, and Crystal right into the wall. Crystal again into the wall and knocked out of bounds. Hate to argue with the ambition of Crystal, but Austin, the more I looked at where the wall was and looked at JT, I think JT might have been the better option there because he had the ability to bend at either post. Really, Robbie, all he could do was just hammer it straight.
Yeah, straight into the wall. And, yeah, Robbie might have pulled seniority on that one.
Here's Kamara. Mishit it, and it's going to roll out of bounds. We're in minute 81. This portion of the game brought to you by WakeMed. North Carolina FC thanks WakeMed and all of their official corporate partners for helping us bring you this game today on a beautiful Sunday afternoon. WakeMed Soccer Park, Salem Stadium, home to North Carolina FC and the talented North Carolina Courage, who suffered a tough loss on the road to Gotham, 3-1, as that league is getting tight. North Carolina Courage still, though, in 3rd in NWSL. Looking like a team that will be back in the playoffs, but there's still some work to do in that league as well. Switch to Kazoo. Benton and Maldonado will come in for Coach Quill and North Texas SC the next opportunity. That will be for 2 reasons. One, to probably shore up the defense and also see if they can't take some of that added time away. North Texas SC can put this one away if they can find the back of the net here. Cleared by Fisher. Cristo bounced off the ball there by De Silva. Pretty good hustle, though, from Robbie Cristo. And we're now in minute 83. Waldeck. Rayo came off the bench already for Coach Quill. Waldeck, Rayo, and flag is up. No goal. No goal. Offside flag is up.
Again, really nice play there from North Texas. Vargas with the little flick over the top to Waldeck, who squares it to Rayo. Just a touch offside. They've been fun to watch in those areas. They've got some guys that are capable of some really special things in and around the box.
North Carolina FC with 3 more home games, October 9th, October 23rd, and October 30th, including that birthday game for Austin Deleuze, which is the Carolina Railhawks Throwback Day, 84th minute. Have you heard from any players that don't live around here that are coming back for that game, or?
Not sure about ones that aren't in the area, but plenty that are in the area that'll be here. I know for sure. You know, T. Shipolani, Capono Lowe, Stephen Miller, Graham Smith, Nazmi Abadawi, I think, is going to.
I think they're going to recognize him at halftime or after the game, yeah. And they're advertising the next match right now on the big screen, October 9th at 3 p.m.
It's not going to be an easy one, though. I'll tell you, that Chattanooga team, we saw them here earlier in the season. Just incredibly impressive.
Oh, they're loaded. They're another one of those teams. It just feels like they never stop moving. They just never take their foot off the gas. Maldonado and all right, so we do have a Salas sighting, and of course Salas, part of several Dallas players that have made their way to UNC Chapel Hill, and Salas is going to get in the game here for North Texas SC. Salas won a lot of games for Carlos Samuano and the Tar Heels, he and his brother. Mark and Martin Salas. It'll be Mark Salas that comes on now. Also coming on is Maldonado, Mikey Maldonado, wearing number 15.
85th minute of play comes out of the game, number 8, Blaine Ferry, coming in number
85th minute. Austin, what do you think about added time? I'm saying at least 5, but I wouldn't be surprised at 7. I guess I'll give you the middle number if you want it.
I think that's a good shout.
Yeah. Your old number. I think it might be 6 minutes. And by over to Flick. Did you wear 6 at Wake Forest?
Yep.
What'd you wear at DC and at New York?
New York was 13. DC was 3.
Okay. Ooh, I like both those numbers. 13's always been my favorite number, and my son who wears your jersey, his number was 3. I like that. Good stuff. 86 minute. From, just so you know, Austin, there's the peanut gallery, and then beyond the peanut gallery, our producer Kyle Lang saying he wore number 2. He, by the way, was a heck of a baseball player, by the way. That is a fact.
It's actually how I found out I would not be returning to DC. I read a press release where a new player had been given the number 3.
Ooh. That's a little different way to Learn about your exit papers, I would say.
Never a dull moment.
Nope. Fisher gets to it first. We are still waiting to hear how much added time, but we know there's going to be a lot. Somehow they've got to find some combination play that allows Cristo to have an opening. Flick. This is 3 massive points if North Texas SC can hang on. I mean, they'll vault all the way up past a ton of teams with those 3 points. Remember, they're sitting at 27. You saw all those other teams right in the middle of the pack at 29. 27 plus 3 is 30, and that would be huge for a team that has not won a game in quite some time. For North Texas SC, that win, and then boom, right in the middle of the playoff race for USL League One. Flick. Flick has his pocket pick. Maldonado, the subs have been good for Quill, and the shot from distance just a little bit off, as that was Almaguer, who we mentioned had a birthday just a few days ago, and will go out of bounds.
Yeah, when you talk about the implications of 3 points here, you know, you can see why Coach Quill is so animated on the sidelines, so much urgency. It would be a massive, massive 3 points for them if they can see this one out.
Yeah, they'll go to 6th place, just one behind New England, as they'll pass both Tormenta and Madison at 29, Richmond at 28, and Fort Lauderdale, who has the same number, 27, going into this one. The only game of the day for USL League One, as we showed you all those scores at halftime, courtesy of the talented Savannah Revel. Far side looking for that equalizer. That was an opportunity there. Miscic, we've seen score some goals here, particularly earlier in the season. He has been bothered by injuries as well, and he gets a shot there to tie it.
And that's what Cohen brings when he's on this right side. We could see earlier in the game when he was playing on that left side, he's always looking to come in on his right foot and get shots off, but when he's over here on the right, it's just a touch into space and looking to get service, which is exactly what they need at this point.
Coach Quill not done. Going to make one more change here to try to work any added time, whatever that final number is. I'm guessing anywhere from 5 to 7. Miscic. He's got Cohen making a far post run. That pass right there really was to nobody, just a whole bunch of white jerseys.
Yeah, good positioning again from Gomez, who's been right place, right time all night. Afternoon, I should say. Sorry.
Yeah, you still got Max DeLue's time. Young Max will be waiting for Austin DeLue's to make it home. Cristo. Cristo with the push, and it'll come back to North Texas SC. So Simpson's going to come on for John Bradford. He's going to come on for Martinez.
Nelson Martinez, NCFC substitution in added time, putting out game 14.
Martinez out, Simpson on.
Simpson. And ladies and gentlemen, the fourth official has indicated a minimum of 7 minutes of added time in the second half.
Close.
7 minutes.
I said 5 or 7, so.
You said 6.
No, I gave you 6 is what I did, just so you know. I gave you 6. If 6 hits, you win. You lose. 7 minutes. Sorry.
It's all right.
It's going to be longer anyway now. Got the player down with cramps. So it's going to be well over the 7 minutes, as we've already played one of them, but pretty much the entire one. One more player.
Number 10, Hope Abagabu.
So now Hope Avayevu is going to come on and goes with just hope on his uniform, number 10. So certainly John Bradford with a little hope here that some of these subs can get the equalizer after they get this player up. And referee going to come over now and see, and probably encourage the trainers to see if some of that treatment can be done off the field.
After the game, we'd ask all fans to stay off the field level railings and the railings around both tunnels. This is for the safety of the players, staff, and our officials. Thank you very much.
So now we've got the stretcher coming out.
I was going to say, we got one guy on stretcher duty here. I'm not sure that's going to cut it.
Yeah, he had just asked for an assist here. The referee definitely has interest in trying to get an end to this one.
Yeah, this drives me a little bit crazy, to be honest.
So he's going to slide over to the stretcher, and
yeah, I mean, you know, don't want to speculate here either. Entirely possible that it's another injury, but it looked like a cramp initially. And if Martina can make it off the field without a stretcher earlier, then you'd like to think we can do without one here. But again, that's without knowing what's actually going down on the field. So I'll reserve judgment.
all right, so here's the deal, though. We are now going to walk you up to minute 95, so that probably means we're going to go to almost 102 would be my guess. I think the 7 minutes will start right about now. In fact, I'm pretty sure about that, Austin Deleuze, because right when they said 7, and that's when the cramp took place. So I think we got 7 minutes from this point, and John Bradford with a quick restart. This is huge. Robbie Cristo off of all that. Cristo down near the end line. Cristo. Simpson was kind of open too, by the way, on the top of the 6 if he could somehow cross that one, and the touch got away from him.
Yeah, Miscic was making that far post run as well. Both Simpson and Miscic looking for the early ball. You could see what Cristo was trying to do there, but ran out of real estate.
Flick. Cristo. Cohen all by himself. Cohen going to try to stay with it. Play it back to Sanchez, and goes off of Simpson to be a throw-in. But North Carolina FC has North Texas SC pinned in here. North Carolina FC going to show the fight of a John Bradford coach team here. A little push there from Flick. They'll come back to the home team. Remember, I told you that probably they'll let this run till 102. We're now at 95.5. JT Kamara has it taken away. Mbai. Thought Mbai was going to go to Cohen. Gets to Cohen eventually. Cohen, lofted ball, and Sanchez had a beat on it. He'll kill some time here. Don't forget about those upcoming games. Carolina Railhawks Throwback Day on October 9th. And then the final 2 games of the season, October 23rd. By the way, that game's against Tucson, one of the hottest teams, or rather against Chattanooga, one of the best teams. And then they'll end with Tormenta and Triumph. Robbie Cristo. And Sanchez out again. Pretty good goalkeeper.
Yeah, Sanchez very experienced. He's been good today. Quick off his line. Made some big saves when he's needed to.
JT Kamara. Simpson first times it and miss hits it. Thorne Simpson from Jamaica. You can see we're in the 98th minute. That 7 will not mean anything, I don't believe, as now it looks like the referee wants to talk to the goalkeeper to speed things up. And off that whistle. Here we go. Fisher wins it. Mbai came in hard. Mbai is going to get called for that foul, and that is not going to help things. North Texas SC heading toward the corner flag, and another foul. So more time will work its way off. According to what I'm guessing, we still have at least 4 minutes of time here. That's still a long time, but right now North Carolina FC has to do anything they can to win the ball back. I wouldn't be surprised off this free kick if they head back to the corner too, Austin.
Yeah, North Texas has done a good job of killing these last few minutes.
They do indeed head back to the corner with Sanchez. It stays in bounds. JT Kamara, who is fouled. It'll come back to North Carolina FC. Looks like the referee might want to give a card for a little bit of dissent there, and he does. I think we're approaching maybe 2.5 minutes remaining. Oh my goodness, Holiday somehow mishit that. That was crazy as he tried to play it over to Fisher. He did not hit that one right as he tried to square it over to Fisher.
No, he didn't. Yeah, it's a, you know, get a look here. Trying to play it across the goal, just under hits it. And that's, I think, one of the first times we've seen the young man look like the 15-year-old that he is.
Now the big man, Sanchez, kind of picking on the little guy right there, and Malik Mbai says, not my house. This has been the longest extra time I think I've ever been a part of right here.
Not over yet. See Vargas just getting under the skin of North Carolina FC here as they milk these last couple minutes.
Cohen, he may get a card there, and that might be the best card he's ever received right there. And I think you may have done the same play right there, perhaps. No, with all due respect.
Yeah, I mean, it's difficult. You could see it's just frustration built up, and Vargas sort of doing everything he can to run this clock down. Cohen just getting after him a little bit.
I don't even know how the referee's keeping track of how much time. I said it was going to run to 102. We're at 101:30 right now. That's it. And unfortunately, North Texas SC got that one goal, and that's all they need as they win at 1-0.
Yeah, an interesting end to an interesting game, but I think at the end of the day, North Texas, with a very solid performance, they got the goal that they needed, and what a goal it was, and really did not give up anything in the way of chances to this North Carolina FC team, and a needed and deserved 3 points for North Texas today.
Nick Holiday played well, but one got by him. Want to thank Jorge Acuna, Kyle Lang, Savannah Revo, Andrew Taylor, Ian Lang, Brian Ware, Trevor Groman, my broadcast partner Austin DeLuz. For each and every one of them and all of you, I'm Dean Linke. Your final score on a spectacular Sunday afternoon: North Texas SC vaults into 6th place in USL League One action with a 1-0 win over North Carolina FC.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League League One cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League League One.
At Strategic Systems, we understand that a reliable IT infrastructure doesn't just materialize by itself. We've been helping Triangle businesses of all sizes build and manage secure, reliable technology solutions for over 25 years. Strategic Systems and CEI. Are you transforming your business?
So, how do you like your urgent care? At Wake Med, we have urgent care just about everywhere. Urgent care that specializes in orthopedics and kids. MyCare 365, open every day of the year. Even virtual urgent care. Yup, urgent care in your jammies on your tablet. So download the Wake Med All Access app and get urgent care that's caring, convenient, and just the way you like it.
Continental Tire has been a proud supporter of soccer for more than a decade. We've been there both on and off the field for some of the greatest celebrations. We've watched with you as the game and personalities have gotten bigger. We are proud to continue standing alongside you, supporting the game that gives us all so much. Together, we've shared thousands of incredible goals and celebrations. Here's to many more to come.